May of 2022 marked the 100th year that this building, which now houses our Armory Preforming Arts Center, officially opened its doors to the city of Brighton. Since 1922, the building has housed military units as well as a lumberyard company. Now, let's take a look back at one of Brighton's most historic buildings.
It was a big deal in the 1900s to have an armory in your community.
The city of Brighton started building their State Armory in 1921. John James Huddart, a British architect who practiced out of Denver, designed the State Armory buildings.
If you look around the state, many of them, the different communities picked them put turrets on the front of them, put castle-like crenellations, the facade of a castle, and they wanted to give it that military air.
A Brighton company manufactured the 33,000 hydrostone blocks that were used to build the building.
The first group here was Company A, mustered to form the armory, and they were called Harvey's Legion.
In 1922, the State Armory in Brighton opened its doors. It's one of 12 armories throughout Colorado that housed and trained citizen soldiers.
That's the earliest tradition we have for military service in the state, and they serve at the leisure of the governor and the legislature at that point.
After some time, Company K took over the responsibilities of the State Armory.
We know from our records that there may have been a target range in the basement of the armory.
The soldiers at the armory served the state like the Colorado National Guard does today. They responded to state emergencies like the Pueblo floods and the mining riots in Telluride and Cripple Creek.
Also by 1928, they had left and were moved off to Fort Morgan. And so the building became less used at that point until the World War II again sort of resurfaced for a need for this building to be a center of military activity.
Once World War II was over, the American Legion moved into the State Armory in Brighton. The American Legion is most known for establishing veterans' rights and privileges that they still have today. After the American Legion leaves, the building sits dormant for some time.
If you're a longtime resident of Brighton, you may remember in the 1970s when this was dry storage for United Lumber Company.
Then, in the early 2000s, the Brighton Historic Preservation Commission revisited the State Armory and started the process of renovating the building into what it is today. The State Armory transformed into the Armory Preforming Arts Center in 2009. The facility is host to many local and regional events, as well as many musical events throughout the year. For the City of Brighton, I'm Zachary Reese.